So we're getting a rematch of last year's Western Conference Final. It's set. The Edmonton Oilers against the Dallas Stars. It kicks off on Wednesday, and then it's every other night. We're getting playoff hockey in the West. And what a matchup we have. And both these teams have a ton of experience getting to this position and playing in this position. Look at the Stars. Third straight conference finals, the fourth time they've been here in the last 6 years. To put that into context, only 5 teams have done that in the last 20 years. That's really impressive. And they got Pete DeBoer. He is the real Mr. Game 7. Forget about Justin Williams. Pete DeBoer is 9-0 in Game 7s. If I'm the Oilers, I'm like, listen, if we're going to win this thing, let's not go to 7 because Big Pete DeBoer knows how to get it done. But the Oilers, like I said, also have experience, right? It's the third time in 4 years. And they beat the Stars last year in 6 games. Zach Hyman had a great series. McDavid had a great series. On the other side, Wyatt Johnson had a great series. It was a tough one to split, but this one I think is even tougher because both teams, I think outside of goaltending, are pretty equal. I mean, you probably give the high-end offensive power to the Edmonton Oilers because of McDavid and because of Draisaitl, who wasn't very good in last year's Western Conference Final. I believe he only had 4 points, which is uncharacteristic of him. But this is one that Dallas wants to get back, and I think they should have all the confidence in the world to get through. Miro Heiskanen is back, the horse at the back end for the Dallas Stars. You could tell he wants this one.
We wanna beat them this time. Wanna lose 2 in a row against the same team, and want to beat them and get to the finals for sure.
I love that from Heiskanen, and I love that he wants it that badly. But they're going to have to deal with a very, very good Oilers team that's getting better and better and better with every single game in these Stanley Cup playoffs. They really are. Game by game, they're improving. And Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, I don't care what anyone says, he's the best player in the world. He is on a mission to win the Stanley Cup. Just go and watch his postgame after they eliminated the Vegas Golden Knights. Play it on mute. And you would think that the Oilers just got swept in 4. That's how he looked. He was pissed off with the media. He has that bite to him. There's something about McDavid. And when you have the best player in the world on your team and he's that locked in and he's playing as well as he is, it's dangerous. I don't care who the opposition is. He's nearly impossible to stop. Just ask Jack Eichel. I think he's still recovering from McDavid turning him inside out. But not only that, the Oilers, they're an improved team in all aspects. Look at the depth, and I know a lot of people are going to talk about that, but it's very important. They have 13 different goal scorers. Look who scored the series clincher for the Oilers. Kasperi Kapanen. He wasn't even playing for the team in the playoffs. He came in, I think, in Game 5 or whatever it was, Game 4 or Game 5, and he makes a massive impact. Corey Perry's 40 years old. He's got as many goals in the playoffs as Leon Draisaitl. Evander Kane pulling up in Rolls Royces and Ferraris. That's a backs. Who cares about that? The way that he's playing, he's like a unicorn out there, right? He's like I'm trying to think, who can I compare Evander Kane to in the NHL? Maybe like a Brady Tkachuk, Tom Wilson. That's the type of impact this guy has, and he didn't even play during the regular season. And other players are adjusting their game and adapting to the playoffs. Perfect example, Zach Hyman. Not scoring as many goals as you think he probably should. He had a down season compared to what he did last year, scoring 50 plus, right? He scored 50 plus goals. He leads the playoffs right now in hits. Zach Hyman does, with 78 hits. Do you know how many hits he had in the regular season? I'll let you guess. Don't touch Google, guess. 59. He has more hits in the postseason than he does in the regular season. This team is buying into what Knobloch wants them to do, and they're buying into the playoff style, and they have the experience because they were there last year. When you have your top goal scorer from last season not doing what he's supposed to do and just that, scoring goals, instead of not impacting the game at all, he is impacting the game in a different way, and it's helping his team. That's buy-in. That's what you need to win a Stanley Cup, and they've been there. They were there last year. They were damn close to winning the whole thing. The Oilers are a dangerous team, but they do have some weaknesses, and I still think one of their weaknesses is in net. And I know I mentioned that Calvin Pickard's 6-0. He looks great. Before the injury, Stuart Skinner coming back with back-to-back shutouts. But it's like, they still got to prove it to me. I mean, they got to prove it to everybody that, at least Stuart Skinner, that it's his net now. He's going to stay in there, and he's going to be the guy that's going to take him to the promised land. I'm not completely convinced, considering the guy he's going to be going up against, and we'll get into Jake Ottinger. And their PK in the playoffs last year was like historic. Edmonton's PK was even better than their power play last year, and this year, not great. Right? Worst, I believe, out of all teams alive, 11 goals against on 33 attempts. And you're going up against the best power play in the playoffs in the Dallas Stars. And one of the reasons why their PK is suffering so much is because of the absence of Mattias Ekholm. But good news. According to Chris Knobloch, he could be available for the Western Conference Final. That's huge. If he comes back, that's a guy who plays in damn near every situation. Logs the most minutes, on the top pairing, PK guy. You need Ekholm. If he can come back and play, 60, 70% of his best, that's a huge boost for the Edmonton Oilers. Now for the Dallas Stars, we heard Heiskanen talk, and he's been impactful since he's returned. In the last game against the Winnipeg Jets, here are some of the numbers. 46 shot attempts when he was on the ice, just 13 against. 20 scoring chances, just 5 against. 11 high danger scoring chances, just 1 against. He's back, and he played 23 minutes in Game 6 against the Winnipeg Jets, the most he's played since he returned. So that's a huge boost on the back end. Thomas Harley looks like he's taken a step, right? He's one of their top goal scorers. Mikko Rantanen. I mean, what else do you want to say about this guy? He's got 9 goals, 10 assists. He leads the playoffs in scoring. Everyone thought, Rantanen, can he do without McKinnon? Well, clearly he can. I was actually concerned after the first round series against Colorado that maybe he was just up for it because it was Colorado and he wanted to take it to them. But he's back to playing at his best, and home ice is a huge factor here. Dallas has home ice, 6-1 at home, the best record in the playoffs. We know that Rogers Place, the Terradome is going to be fantastic. Feels like a homer series. Feels like both teams are going to win all their home games, and this is going to go to 7. And if that's the case, then the Dallas Stars are going to win. But this thing is going 7 games. I can't imagine it not. McDavid's on a mission. Draisaitl's on a mission. The Stars are on a mission. They have the goaltending. Jake Ottinger's been one of the best goalies in the playoffs. Did you see that save he made last night? I know it was kind of shot right at him. I can't remember who shot it. I think it was Appleton on the Winnipeg Jets. But he seems to be in the right place at the right time, and it's when he makes saves. Timely saves, big saves when it matters. Jake Ottinger is there. So if we're breaking it down, let's go goalie for goalie. You're going Ottinger over Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. Defense. With Ekholm coming back into the mix, I don't know how healthy he is and how he's going to play. So I probably give the slight advantage to the Dallas Stars because not only do they have their horse back in Heiskanen, but they're getting offense from there too. Just like the Oilers, right? Bouchard is providing a lot of offense. But I give the slight edge at the moment to the Dallas Stars. When it comes to offense, I know the Stars have incredible depth, and I was talking about that third line, and I was talking about Rantanen. But, man, the Oilers got serious firepower, man. Top goal scorers in these playoffs. McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Corey Perry. They're getting goals from guys like Kasperi Kapanen. Connor Brown has stepped up. Matthias Janmark. Evander Kane. They have a lot of players who could do a lot of damage. So, and McDavid takes it over. 97 takes it over the top. Let's be real. Offense goes to the Edmonton Oilers. When it comes to coaching, probably a slight edge to Pete DeBoer. More experience. He's been there. It's got to be Pete DeBoer, right, over Knobloch, who's been great. This is what I'm saying. It's hard to split anything here. The only true advantage in this series is the goaltending, and I think that's where I land. I think I land with the Dallas Stars in 7 games because of Jake Ottinger. Actually, no, I'm changing that. I'm changing it on the fly. I can't go against Connor McDavid. I love Jake Ottinger. He's so good, dude. But McDavid, he just seems like nothing's going to stop him. He'll have to die on that ice for him not to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think if the Oilers get through, which I believe that they will get through to the Stanley Cup final, Edmonton will go all the way. So I'm going Edmonton in 7. They're going to beat Dallas on home ice to make the Stanley Cup final for the 2nd year in a row. All right, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this preview. I hope you took something away from it other than what the hell is this guy talking about. But listen, if you agree with me or disagree with me, hit me up in the comments below. Who's going to take this series and in how many games? In the comments below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.